In the last 9 videos, I've shared a sequence of events that led to a continuous repeating cycle in my life. On the surface, it may have looked like I'm accident prone, but that's not the full picture. In today's video, I'll share the "oh no, not again" moment that changed how I saw this cycle. First, let's talk about what led to this "oh no, not again" moment. March 13th started off as a typical day. I had a gig that took me near the beach the day before, so I decided to stick around and head to the beach before sunrise. It turned out to be a pretty chilly day, so I didn't stay too long, and I decided to leave to go ahead and get a few more hours of work in before heading back to town. After a while, orders kind of died down, and it didn't seem like I was going to get too much more, so I decided to get something to eat and get ready to head back to town before it got too dark. People who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. On March 14th, 2026, I woke up and realized I hadn't learned a thing. I wasn't just facing a new problem, I was facing a ghost. This is day 10, the awakening. Before the awakening came this deja vu moment where I realized that January 26 was a mirror of January 25. And the same thing was happening in February, because right after the hardship, things seemed to be in a state of recovery. But the truth was, this was just the calm before the storm. For 9 days, I've shown you my archives of 2025. Showing you the breaking point, the distractions, and the pride. But let's talk about last month, March 2026. I was walking around this hospital room and the same indicators started to pop up and my stomach dropped. I realized that the ghost of January 4th, 2025 hadn't left. It had just been waiting for the calendar year to flip. You see, in 2025, I ignored some red flags and I lost over 4 months of progress. And now in 2026, I spotted some of those same red flags. But what am I going to do differently? The awakening wasn't just seeing the problem. It was the terrifying realization that if I followed my 2025 blueprint, I'd be singing the same tune again by May. I had to choose. Do I stay the DIY traveler who hides, or do I become the person who finally breaks the loop? Day 9 was the last of the lost files from 2025. Here on out, we are in the present year, 2026. Today, you got to experience the cause and the immediate effect of the cycle repeating. Tomorrow, day 11, we're going to look at the history versus reality. The side-by-side fight that I'm in right now to make May of 2026 look nothing like May of 2025. Day 11 is where I become the DIY project, my personal recovery. As you've seen throughout this video, I was in the hospital for about 2 days, and I had to be there in order to really start this recovery process. This next chapter is the proof of concept. In a project, this is the moment where you test the weight-bearing capacity of a shelf that you've just reinforced. In my life, this is where I'm choosing to finally make a different choice so that this cycle doesn't repeat itself yet again. This time, I'm asking for help, and I'm allowing those around me to show up for me in whatever way they can, whether that's the doctors, the nurses, whoever, my friends, my family, neighbors, all the things. I have to ask for help because I cannot do this alone. I've tried year after year after year to push through, but I'm being honest here. I'm going to need some help this round. All the procedures are complete, and it's time for me to get back to everyday life. I'm going to be leaving the hospital today and going back to my everyday responsibilities. But like I mentioned before, I'm not doing this alone. I have help, and I'm going to remember and remind myself to lean on those who are willing to give a helping hand. So thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you sticking through this series with me. We got just a few more episodes, and like I said, we'll be focused on what I'm doing right now in 2026 in order to overcome this repeating cycle. So I'll see you on tomorrow for day 11, and after that, it'll just be 3 more episodes. I made it home, and this is a few days later, right where the idea to share my story more fully really came to be. So remember, I'll be here for day 11 in just a few hours. So you don't want to miss it. Turn on your post notifications, subscribe to the channel, and after this series is over, we're going to get back to some DIY projects.